Hi, it's the moment you've been waiting for. In this lesson, we'll take a look at some of the most popular UX tools. First, we'll take a look at Adobe XD. You'll notice that the screen layout of XD is consistent with other Adobe products. You have the menu at the top, the tools at the left, and the properties or panel on the right. Also, keyboard shortcuts are consistent with other Adobe products. For example, use Control and the spacebar and the mouse to zoom in or spacebar in the mouse to shift the view. Next, you see that you have several views right under the menu: Design View, Prototype View, and Share View. In Design View, you design your website. In Prototype View, you see the interactivity in your mockup, and in Share View, you collaborate. Let's say you want to create a rollover on the navigation. Select the component you want to apply the hover state to. We'll choose Navigation in the menu. Then, in the Component Property Inspector, click the plus to add a state to the component. Then, with the hover state selected, make the change you want. Here, we'll change the text color to brown. And if we want to create a link from the navigation option in the menu to the next artboard, we switch to Prototype View, then just click and drag the plus to the artboard and create an internal link. Now let's play the prototype to see our work. We're going to be able to see the rollovers and the hyperlink. Isn't that cool? To share our prototype, we'll navigate to the Share view, then create the link. Okay, now let's take a look at another popular tool called InVision. InVision is on the web at invisionapp.com. Once you're logged into the application, you see a menu on the left and recent spaces and recent documents on the right. We'll start in Documents. You can see I have one document uploaded with two screens. The screens were created in Photoshop and then imported into InVision. If I want to work on one of the screens, I can double-click it. That puts me into build mode. Notice at the bottom I have 4 options. I can use Play mode, Build mode, Comment mode, or Inspect mode. In Build mode, I can add navigation. By default, my cursor is ready to add a hotspot to create a hyperlink. I can press and drag with the crosshair around the Contact Us button, and when I release, the link to the dialog box displays. If I browse, I see the other screens in my project and can select which screen I want to link to. Now, if I go into Play mode, I can test out my prototype and the hyperlink I just set up. And I can always click the InVision logo at the bottom left to return to the home screen. And to share my work, I click Share at the top right. And to share my work, I click Share at the bottom right. Then I may use email addresses to share with colleagues and clients. Now finally, let's take a look at a program called Figma, another popular UX design tool. Here I'm on the home screen. I can import my layout from Photoshop. To do this, I click on Import File. Then I select the file to be imported. Once Figma has imported the file, it notifies me and I can click Done. Now in the list of files at the bottom, I double-click the layout I just imported. Let's take a look around the screen. On the top left, I have my toolbar. Here's where the commonly used tools are located. The tools with the down pointing caret to the right of them have additional tools underneath. Beneath the toolbar, I have the Layers and Assets panels. The Layers panel creates a layer for you each time you add an object to your layout. And over on the right-hand side of the screen, I have my views and properties. Figma uses frames as containers. We need to put our layout inside a frame. So first, I create a frame the same size as my layout screen. Then I can drag the layout screen inside of the frame. Now we're ready to create hyperlinks. To do this, I can add a shape over the menu item I want to set up navigation on. Here, I'll create a rectangle over Contact Us. At the top right, I chose the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle over Contact Us, but to see the menu text, I'll need to make the rectangle transparent. Then, in the properties on the right, I need to reduce the 100% fill to 0% fill, thus creating complete transparency. Next, I need to change the view to prototype. I must click the plus next to interactions. First, I select a behavior. Here, we'll click on click. Then we need to select an action. So since there are currently no actions set up on this rectangle, we need to click on None and set one up. We'll choose Navigate To if we want to navigate to another place within our Figma prototype. Else, you click on Open Link and enter the URL. We'll choose Open Link. Now, we must select the destination. So either copy and paste the URL into the text box next to Open Link, or key it in with the keyboard. Here, we'll key in Adobe's web address. Notice that we can easily see there is a hyperlink on Contact Us because of the link shown. To edit the link, simply click on the link icon and the dialog box will open up again. Before I can share my work, I should name my prototype. I'll double-click Untitled in the top center and assign a name. Now I can play my prototype. To do this, I click on the play button next to Share in the upper right, and I'll test out my hyperlink. Eureka! It works! Back in the design screen, I can now share my work with others by clicking on the Share button in the upper right. I have options to enter email addresses or to simply share a link. To share the link, I can use the button in the bottom left of the dialog box to copy the link. Then I can send it to whomever I like. In the next lesson, we'll talk about the psychology of color, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching this lesson on UX tool demonstrations.